Key Social. Ohima Amaze, welcome back from the weekend. I know you give us a recap of all the trending issues all through the weekend. Game of Thrones, is that what you're trying to look like?
Yes, you guessed right.
I like you.
Good morning, Nigerians. You're watching AIT. This is Kakaaki Social. I am Ohima Amaze, your anchor on this segment. Yes, we made it, guys. The army of the dead has been defeated. The Battle of Winterfell is trending. Game of Thrones is trending in the social media. As you can see this morning, I'm representing the House of Stark. Yeah. Okay, so we'll come back to Game of Thrones later, but first, let's begin with the House of Cards. The House of Representatives, who's going to become the next Speaker of the House of Representatives, which geopolitical zone in the country is going to produce the number 4 citizen. That debate has been on for some time now. So on Saturday, we had a Facebook Live conversation about this. We asked the question, which geopolitical zone should produce the next Speaker of the House of Representatives in the 9th National Assembly? And we got quite some interesting reactions on Facebook. This was some of the snippets of that discussion we had on Saturday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Let's take a look at this short video, and then we'll come back and take a look at the comments that followed.
A lot of people have also raised this concern that the House should just have been allowed to select their leaders instead of the APC interfering and coming in to say, we are endorsing a particular person. So these are concerns that are coming out of the tussle for the leadership of the House of Representatives. So the conversation is open. It's about which geopolitical zone should produce the Speaker of the House of Reps. The president is from the Northwest. The vice president is from the Southwest. The APC says they are zoning the Senate presidency to the Northeast. And now they also want to give the Speaker of the Federal House of Reps to the Southwest. So what that means is that you have 2 high-ranking officers within the Nigerian power structure coming from one geopolitical zone. So the Southwest is going to be having the Vice President and also the Speaker of the House of Reps, if Gbajabiamila emerges as the Speaker. And other zones in the country are saying this is unfair. The North Central is kicking against this. They are saying the interest of equity and fairness. Nigeria is one nation, divided into 6 geopolitical zones. All the geopolitical zones should be equitably represented in the power dynamics. So what's your take this morning? Let's know what your take. The comment section is open.
Okay, so we'll go to the comment section now. KK Kenechukwu posting said, any geopolitical zone that will bring a better change Nigerians deserve is good. Someone who will bring federal character and make Nigeria work again. And then let's take a look at more comments. Edogbo Edwin posting said, the position of the Speaker of Federal House of Representatives should go to South-South. They have the country's resources. Edogbo Edwin on Facebook, on our Facebook Live conversation on Saturday. Moha Rufai posting said, Tinubu, Nigeria is not Lagos. Baja, guide your political future and step down for Honorable Bago. This position belongs to the North Central. Please be guided. Moha Rufai posting that on Saturday. Femi Ajibade in the post said, sometimes I wonder if Nigeria is at the heart of their interests. I see this as a way of compensation for larger voters' turnout during election. Having said this, I think Gbajabiamila is only being picked because of Tinubu factor. They may not want to hurt him this time around like they did before. We are watching. Femi Ajibade posted that Bonnie Mekunye in the post said, let the members decide on what their leaders will be. This is what democracy is all about. The independence of the various arms of government is needed for the absolute maturity of our democracy. The legislature should not be an appendage of the executive, but co-equals for the benefit of our great country. Bonnie Mekunye posting that Mohammed Balu Abubakar said, North Central deserves the speakership based on fairness, equity, and justice, and its contribution from the just concluded election. Niger State with the highest vote from the region, which should go to Right Honorable Umaru Bago Mohammed. Mohammed Balu Abubakar posted that Damilare Adebayo said, if I have my way, I will ensure the Southeast produces both Speaker and Senate President, because that region has been marginalized for so long. Damilare Adebayo posting that we also saw some comments from Twitter. Nigerian Nation tweeting said, is Southwest Vice President and Southwest Speaker in a country with 6 geopolitical zones? If Northwest and Southwest have taken President and Vice respectively, it is only fair other zones have a share and feel of the distribution, irrespective of who voted who. And from Abubakar Evuti, tweeting at Ungugi Evuti, this question is unnecessary. Every person who knows anything knows that the North Central should produce the next speaker. It is only right. So these are some of the reactions over the weekend that we saw on the conversation about which geopolitical zone should produce the next Speaker of the House of Representatives. And over the weekend also, a tweet by Senator Shehu Sani decrying Nigeria's inability to have its own refineries has broke the internet. That tweet has been retweeted over 3,000 times and has generated a lot of talk in the social media, on Twitter particularly. Let's take a look at what Senator Shehu Sani said. He said the refineries promised has not been built. The ones we have are not working. And when they are asked, they will point at Dangote Refinery. And we are begging Saudi Arabia, an oil-producing country like us, to come and build refineries in Nigeria. This kind of thing tire me. Shehu Sani tweeting over the weekend. Our reactions, Dr. Sam Amadi replying, said, shameful. Let me say it again and be misunderstood or called names. No country has been developed by private sector. None. Government develops the country, almost compelling private sector to pull its weight. Dangote is not Nigeria. Maybe Dangote is very rich because we are too poor. Sam Amadi tweeting, Abimbola Kosh tweeting said, the only thing you know is propaganda. No one is interested in your sermon. You don't love the masses. If you do, why don't you use your 13 million naira salary to assist the poor and lay the precedent for others to follow? Leave by example. Senator Shehu Sani got some knocks on Saturday on Twitter. Aspire11 tweeting said, Bimbola, why is it always difficult for folks like you not to take critical look at messages, but instead always choose to attack the messengers? What has building of refineries has to do with NAS emoluments? That's a different topic entirely. Aspire11 replying to the previous tweet, and from Matthias, if you as a senator, together with your colleagues, go home with not less than 40 million of naira monthly, what else do you expect the government to use to build refineries? You and your colleagues are the problem of this country. Matthias tweeting, Mr. John Under tweeting said, you are part of our problems. Stop sounding like a commoner. Highest paid legislators on earth making laws for the poorest people. We never understand why we don't have functioning refineries. John Anda replying to Senator Shehu Sani, Ademola Justus in a tweet said, any new legislation to address this recklessness? For the past 20 years, nobody in the National Assembly could initiate a bill to compel Shell, Mobil, Ajib or Total to build refinery or stop exporting our crude oil. What a national shame. Demola Justus tweeting over the weekend. And we move on to this very inspiring story of a young Nigerian man who was working in an oil company, then lost his job. Then rather than give up on himself, he decided to start a Akara business. And this business has generated a lot of attention based on the unique concept that powers this particular business you're about to watch. Lolo Cynthia, a broadcast journalist, shared this on her Instagram page. I think she actually carried out this documentary. Let's take a look at this video very quickly.
I started in March 2017. I used to work with an oil servicing firm, Subsea 7. They decided to lay off some workers. I was one of those that was affected. Never had this business in mind. I was thinking of something that is very touche, have an office. My wife came up with this idea. So I used to see people do it. I think that food is the main thing. People will always eat, whether you like it or not. I actually struggled with it for a while. I'm a graduate. How can I be frying akara? The amazing thing, after the first day we opened, I didn't actually come out, but she came home with a bunch of money, with very big money. I was, oh God, just today, you saw this. I decided to join, to start coming out, and since then it's been amazing. It's a point in my business. I have about 18 workers. Because at that then, within 3 months of starting the business, I already have like 4 branches, and I was paying over 500,000 a salary every month.
It's you doing what you know how to do best. People say you're dirty, your data, you just don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. But for me, it does not matter. It's just what you do best. Just do your best.
Start 7 a.m. That's just our resumption time. 7 a.m. So about 7:30 we started frying. We close 10 p.m. It can be surprising, to you how much you can actually make from this business. Most time when God wants to bless you, He doesn't have to give you an office job or job that people can really actually accept. God can bless you with things that you least expect.
quite an interesting video documentary there. It's an example that you don't have to give up on your dreams or give up on yourself. There is always something you can do. And we go now to this report that Dangote is selling off Dangote flours and bad business. These are very tough times, particularly for that business. The Business Insider shared this report with us over the weekend. Let's take a look at the details of that. Africa's wealthiest man, Aliko Dangote, is selling his loss-making Dangote Flour Mills company for 130 billion naira. This was a video report by the Business Insider. Let's take a look at this video, and the comments are followed. Okay, so Dangote is selling off that business. The business has recorded losses over the past few years. Julius Oyedokun tweeted and said, I think it's a great business idea to let go of a business model that is currently dwindling beyond your control. Don't go down with it. We learned this earlier from Diamond Bank PLC and now again Dangote Flour Mills. You are not in business to impress or prove a point to anybody. Julius Oyedokun tweeted, and from Babson Joss, not a good news. What can we do to stop this? Reading the reasons for sale, Apapa gridlocks and smuggling are purely government failures. If there is sincere intention to stop smuggling, most of custom personnel won't be on the job by now. How long will it take to resolve Apapa issue? And from Bata Boso replying to that tweet said, who are the ones doing the smuggling? You think saying are poor men? Same big men complaining we prefer to invest in foreign lands and smuggle it through the land borders. Then they will turn around to blame the government. But Aboso tweeted that. And still on Dangote's issue, on a very sad note, on Sunday, we saw this report. Austin Zogs on Twitter said, Black Sunday in Edo State. At least 5 persons died and several injured in fatal auto crash involving a Dangote truck at the popular Jetu Junction, Auchi, along Benin-Auchi Expressway in Esako West Local Government Area of Edo State at about 7 a.m. today. According to eyewitness accounts, a lot of people lost their lives. We don't know exactly what number. An eyewitness sharing this video with us on Kakaaki on WhatsApp said, Bloody Sunday in Auchi as Dangote truck took over 25 lives at Jetu Junction, Edo State. So we'll take a look at this short clip that captures a moment from that incident. Let's take a look.
Oh my God. As they won't draw this thing, that person will dive and draw this thing. They should go and pull this thing off. As he won't draw this thing now, that person
Okay, so we cannot ascertain the exact number of people who died, but according to reports, a lot of people, a number of people lost their lives in that a very sad and unfortunate incident. May the souls of those who have died rest in peace. And then we'll take a look at this very interesting video that has caught our attention. Compare and contrast. UAE Dubai leader, His Highness Mohammed Al-Maktoum, arrives at an event on foot, waits for lights to turn green before crossing the road. Can this happen in Nigeria? Let's take a look at this video and some of the comments that followed.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
A very simplistic display of leadership we've just seen there from the leader of Dubai, His Highness Mohammed Al-Maktoum. Charlie AK posting said, this can't happen in Nigeria. They would rather use their escorts and siren to chase you out of the way. Whether you enter a ditch or not, it's none of their business. And then from Unique Tours, Dubai is too far. A Ghanaian leader will obey traffic laws at 2 a.m. Unique Tours are posting on Twitter. Isaiah Wanote said, even councillor will block the whole road with police. SARS, Road Safety, Civil Defense and Peace Corps before his Highlander will pass. Isaiah Otse tweeting. And there's in a somewhat related development, Reno Mokri tweeting over the weekend said, watch and share. There are 59 cars in this convoy in Nigeria, a nation that is the world headquarters for extreme poverty. Yet the Buhari government has not built even one school. Meanwhile, northern Nigeria has 10 million out-of-school children. A convoy that can educate millions. Let's take a look at this footage that Reno Mokri shared on Twitter.
How many times do I want to? Ah, they want the things to go there. What is glad there?
Okay, so according to social media reports, this was during the president's last visit to Lagos. Adeolo was tweeting, however, said, in as much as I'm not a fan of Buhari, I speak the truth when I see one. This is definitely not the convoy of president alone. Press teams, medical teams, security chiefs team, Ambode's convoy, and some friends of the president to witness. Obviously, we should expect a long convoy. Adeolo was tweeting in defense of the president. Naidu Online 2020 said, thank you, my brother. I wonder why people will not make reference to Governor Peter Obi, who reduced his convoy from 20 to just 3. Is that not something to emulate? And throughout his 8 years in office, we never got any report of him being harassed by hoodlums or having few convoy. Naidu Online 2020 tweeting yesterday, alien man sold an empty sachet of an antibiotic in Oshogbo, Osun State. This is a trending video report on Instablog Niger. An alien man was sold an empty sachet of an antibiotic in Oshogbo, Osun State. Let's take a look, and the comments are followed.
What the fuck, man? Ninja. Move forward.
Abu Awalan. Move for.
What the fuck, man?
10 tablets.
What the fuck, man? 10 tablets and 0 tablets. Lower, man. What the fuck, man?
Okay, from Zurcha Fragrances, thank God it's even empty. At least they spared his life. Imagine if it was fake drugs sold. That could have taken his life. I've seen it happen so he should be glad it wasn't fake. God will help our country and rid us of bad people. Beverly Emberu said the carelessness is from the manufacturers. There is no way the distributors would have known. Beverly Emberu posting on Instablog Bishizo70A said, do we blame Buhari and the government for this too? A country raising criminals by the hour, we get the kind of leaders it deserves from those criminals. And then we saw one more comment from Derek Irian. They should have tried to put at least 1 or 2 so he can take 1 dose. Derek Irian posting on Instablog yesterday. I'm from Hitch Nuchik. Wait, says someone cannot get fairly used visa to USNI. Some of the reactions we saw on that video report of a man who purchased an empty sachet of drugs in Osogbo, Osun State. Well, I guess this is where we draw the curtain this morning on Kakaaki Social. This is the much we can take. Please follow the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social. I am Ohima Amaize, handing you over back now to Utibe and Chiko Dinaka.
Yes, thank you very much, Ohima. Hopefully, I think we'll hear from the GOT later.
Definitely.
Have a nice day.
All right, take care.